My name is Dr. Barrow and I'm the chairperson for the outreach and public education efforts through the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada's Toronto Centre right here at the David Dunlap Observatory. We're very excited to come back at the DDO and resume astronomy outreach programming through various efforts. We are having summer series, a combination of lecture nights and family events that allow the general public to learn all aspects of astronomy and the various exciting things happening in space science.
Hi, I'm Ralph Chu, the president of the RASC Toronto Centre, here today to help celebrate the reopening of the David Dunlap Observatory in Richmond Hill, Ontario. This is a really great day. It's the coming to fruition of about 2 years of waiting and working and planning for the RASC Toronto Centre. We couldn't have had a better day for it. We've got warm temperatures, no rain, a lot of people here from the community, and a lot of volunteers from the RASC who have turned out to help us with our programs here. And it looks like we are going to have a very successful afternoon. And as we go into our programs through the summer, people are registering on the website that's run by Richmond Hill, and our programs are filling up fast. So I think we're off to a great start, and I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, and particularly the members of our DDO committee for the work they've put into making this day a big success and making the program as a whole a great success. So thank you, everybody.
Hello, Richmond Hill. Thank you all for attending this afternoon on what promises to be a beautiful day filled with activities, various tours in our buildings, and lots more. My name is Dan DeRuscio. I'm from Richmond Hill's Event Services section. I'm so excited to be here with you today to take part in the official opening of this historic site in our community. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mayor Dave Barrow to bring greetings on behalf of our council. Mayor Barrow.
Welcome to the Richmond Hill David Dunlap Observatory and Park, owned by the Town of Richmond Hill. This remarkable site first opened on May 31st, 1935. That's 83 years and 9 days ago. We are a proud owner of this heritage site that is rich in history, and moving forward it will become a destination for all of our families and our friends. When Richmond Hill assumed ownership of this unique piece of land in 2016, it was our vision that the DDO Park will become a treasured place in the GTA that embodies discovery, education, sustainability, and inclusion. It will be a combination of heritage preservation, unique recreation opportunities, and a celebration of the astronomical history of the site. Astronomical history. The official opening of the process will be the shutters opening above our heads so that we can have vision of the telescope, but apparently we have to get out of harm's way when we do that. And so we shall be meeting you back again on the stage down here once you observe the official opening of this great place. Thank you all very much for being here.
This is one of the world's major observatories, the David Dunlap Observatory, 15 miles north of Toronto. Dr. Donald McCrae is a professor of astronomy at the University of Toronto.
Observatory.
At any moment, scattered throughout the world, there are hundreds of men and women observing the heavens with optical and radio telescopes, gathering data for the solution of many questions about the universe. Routine work for the most part. McCrae's job tonight, if the sky remains clear, will be to take photographs of 6 stars with the telescope. A mirror over 6 feet in diameter, with its surface shaped to within 1/1,000,000th of an inch, will catch the light from a star. This light will be reflected from the large mirror onto a smaller one, which in turn will focus it back into a camera at the base of the telescope.
Marks the final transition of the ownership and operation of the David Dunlap Observatory to Richmond Hill after 83 years. The insight and perseverance to save it as a wonderful testimony to many. I was too young to understand the importance the observatory would have in the coming years, discovering black holes and supernovas, whatever they are. I'm with her. But at the age of 3 or 4, with my grandmother, Jessie Donalda Dunlap, I do remember photographs while planting a tree that were much taller than I, somewhere outside the admin building. It always seemed to me one aspect of the work of the many academics and others was an attempt to discover answers to the perplexing question of the origin of the universe and all that's out there, using Canada's largest telescope. Being a mother of 7, hardly an astrophysicist, the answer for me came from the first man to land on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Awestruck, he simply quoted Genesis from the Bible. In the beginning, God. That was good enough for me. So standing here today, as she had hoped to do, with friends of the observatory, it is a privilege for me to witness the continuing usefulness of my grandmother's generosity in honor of her husband, my grandfather, the late David Alexander Dunlap. Congratulations to all in Richmond Hill who have made this happen. Thank you very much.
Global one?
Huh?
It's practically stage 1. So you can see it's like a balloon in fast.
Huh?
Or you can see like a space. That's all biologically a small fraction of it.
And then if you look in the west after the sun has gone down, so maybe 9 o'clock, even 9:15, give yourself a little bit of time, you'll see a bright star then, that part of the sky. It's not a star, you're looking at Venus. And you've got Venus all evening long. As a matter of fact, Venus is going to be there all the way until almost October. Okay, so that's Venus. Don't get panicky. Not a UFO.
Think about
okay,
Mars.
after
it's
Venus,
the fourth planet from the sun, but you know, everybody thinks about Mars in differing ways. From the point of view of science, Mars, of course, is the place where we're searching for life, signs of life, indications that we may not be the only form of life in this universe. From those of you who love science fiction, well, Mars is the launching point for all those invasions. You know, the science fiction books, the science fiction movies. Mars seems preoccupied with wanting to take us over. So it doesn't matter whether or not it's science or science fiction. Everybody has heard about the planet Mars.
then you
Well,
might
when
get boring. I know the constellations. Nah, nothing happening. I'm not famous tonight. So what do? Next? Don't buy the telescope yet. Get yourself a pair of binoculars. Binoculars, if you don't own them, are spectacularly good. They're little. You get 2 telescopes for every $1 that you spend for one. This is good. See, left-hand side, right-hand side, both eyes get a telescope. Okay. The benefit of this is it can be used terrestrial as well as extraterrestrial. Okay, so that's the next step. Get a pair of binoculars, and then what do you look at with them? The most obvious thing, don't do the sun yet, but we can show you how to do the sun safely with even a pair of binoculars. You can use them for projection. I'm not going to say anything more because you need care with that one, but the moon. As soon as the sun goes down, look at the moon. You'll be completely wowed about what it looks like in a pair of binoculars. And you're seeing it for real. The light coming from the moon is coming right into your eyes, so that's kind of cool.
And I'm here to talk with you about how to observe the sun safely, which is one of my professional and personal astronomical interests. Many of you probably used devices like this last August to look at the sun during the solar eclipse. And they are great for looking at eclipses because all you're really looking at then is when the sun turns into a crescent. But when you want to look at something more close up at the sun, you need a little bit more help. The previous speaker talked about using binoculars, and that's certainly a good way to look at the sun with a bit of magnification, but the problem is that you have to make sure that your eyes are properly protected, otherwise you can do yourself some damage. And there are a number of different ways to do that. I do have here a pair of binoculars that's been specially modified, and these are available for sale, where the lenses of the binoculars have actually been treated with a coating so that it is actually safe to use these to look at the sun. You get a very nice...
Dr. Chant, though, had also been the president of the RASC from 1903 to 1907, and in 1907 he started several different projects. This is a copy of the RASC Observer's Handbook, and it's been in publication continuously every year since about 1907. And it has a great deal of astronomical information in it. For example, what to do if you think you've discovered a new astronomical object. Dr. Chant also edited the journal of the RASC for 50 years, until his death in 1956. And for the last 20 or so of those years, the publishing house of the RASC had the mailing address right over there inside the admin building, because all of the work was being done by Dr. Chant and his assistants. This book, you can find certain copies of this book in the Town of Richmond Hill's own library.
Everybody knows what a black hole is, right? Giant vacuum cleaner in space, just sucks everything in. Should you hold on? Okay. First and foremost, if the sun became a black hole, will we all die? Yes. Absolutely not, because if it's made out of the same stuff as the sun and just suddenly imploded and became a black hole, it has exactly the same pull of gravity. We would just keep orbiting exactly the same. But of course it would be kind of dark and cold because there's no more heat coming from the sun. But it wouldn't change our orbit because black holes are all about gravity.
Okay. So this new light that I've just installed is a compact fluorescent light bulb. These were really popular for a little while, but they're becoming less popular now. I wanted to use this light bulb because it demonstrates something different is going on. The excitation of gases inside the compact fluorescent light bulb is causing those gases to fluoresce at specific wavelengths. And so whereas when you're looking at the spectrum that's produced by the LED light bulb, that's producing a wide range of colors in a continuous spectrum, the CFL light bulb is producing several discrete colors. One red, one yellow, one green, and one blue. So this is not quite the same physical process that's going on that creates those different colors.
telescope was being planned, there was already a large telescope in Canada, it was in Victoria, BC, it was 72 inches wide.
I'm Colin Haig, President of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. We represent over 5,000 members across the entire country, and we have centers here in the Toronto area, as well as members right across, ranging from amateur astronomers to professionals to families that have young kids that are interested in learning about the night sky. I'm very excited to be here today at the grand opening of the David Dunlap Observatory here in Richmond Hill. This is a great facility and a great opportunity for people of all ages to come learn about the night sky and the universe around us. I'm very pleased that the Mayor, the Council, and so many passionate volunteers have worked together to make this event happen. And I wish you all the very best of luck and success, and hope you come to this amazing site to experience it for yourself. Thank you.